What's up guys and girls, my name is SuperRebel123. So welcome to the first episode of the hashtag YouTube Live podcast. Now I was actually talking about this like a month ago now. I mean my last video was I think 3 weeks back, which is more or less a month. And I did ask you guys to leave special questions for the guests, and then hopefully, well, in the last video I did say hopefully the podcast will be the following week. And of course the podcast didn't happen then because I was like really busy with college and all that stuff. So I just thought I'd let you guys know because I did actually get comments saying I was dead. So once again, I am back, I'm alive. And I do have the special guest with me, and this special guest, some of you may know him and some of you may have not heard of him before. But I'm sure you have seen his videos around. He actually did do a video of the fastest nuke ever. And this guy's name is GUN1T123, aka Shaggy. So do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, what's good? What's good? Yeah, as you already said, is hey guys, well, you know, Shaggy, aka Tune. That's sort of my intro. I'm 18 years old. I'm a YouTuber, a part of Machinima Network, and yeah, it's pretty awesome to be on this podcast for the first guest, I suppose.
Yes. This is going to be really cool because I did, like I said, ask you guys to leave some questions as well. So we're just going to quickly go through some of the questions, and yeah, you actually have to give the most honest answer, even if it sounds really bad.
Alright.
Alright. Alright, so the first question does come from a guy called Adam, and the question does say, to special guests, what was the craziest thing you've done in GTA 5 so far?
On GTA 5, well, that's a pretty awesome question because it's sort of the game that I play right now, but GTA 5, craziest thing, well, crazy thing is probably the stunt jumps, if crazy in a good way. It's the stunt jumps with one of the cars called Z-Type, is one of the sort of most expensive cars for $10 million. And I wasn't expecting it at first, but once I hit the ramps with Franklin's ability on campaign, I literally went flying. It was absolutely insane. It was insanely crazy. So I thought that was freaking crazy, man.
Alright, that sounds pretty awesome. I mean, stunts is actually a big thing in the game. I actually enjoy doing them as well. I mean, especially the one near the airport, that massive ramp. It's just so much fun.
Exactly. The ones, there's so many ramps to do, so many ramps that even doesn't count towards stunt jumps, because, you know, there's 50 stunt jumps in total. And there's certain ramps where you can't, where it doesn't count towards total. And that doesn't have the slow-mo to it, so the slow-mo effect that changes the camera angles. So you sort of just, when you hit these ramps at very high speeds, you just go insane distances. And when you land, you sort of hope that it doesn't explode, because if you go at specific angles and high impacts, you will explode if you hit it with the engine. But if you land with the tires, then yeah, it's like freaking awesome. You just look back at it. And just
in my opinion, the worst thing is ever when you think you have literally just done the best stunt ever, and when you land a stunt, it says failed stunt. I mean, that's just terrible.
Oh yeah, exactly. I think what the game does is it's like coded in with specific distance that you need to go, and if you go past that distance, they're like, wait, what? You know, sort of, it's not registered in the game. So that's just the way I suppose it's coded.
All right, that sounds pretty awesome. All right, so next question does come from a guy named Joseph. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And the question does say, what was the best day of your life?
Best day of my life? Oh, that's weird, man. Best day of my life, I suppose. Well, I don't know, man. I guess it could be being part of. Okay, let's put it this way: the day I faked the nuke. Okay, the day I faked the nuke was actually really awesome. To see a video that hit 1 million views overnight, right, was something that was special. Because you know, that's not really what everyone would see on day-to-day basis. Say for example, you were in my perspective, in my shoe, sorry, and you saw a video that you created hit 1 million views unexpectedly. That's the thing, right? It wasn't expected to hit 1 million views, otherwise that would have been stupid. But seeing something that hit 1 million views with causing so much controversy over people that actually cared about something so small at the time, which was quite rather prestigious, you know, because going for a really quick nuke was something that was special compared to now. If you go for a quick chem strike, it wouldn't mean anything, right? So yeah, that's why I really thought, I suppose you could say the best day of my life. But that's just really brief. I can't really think right now due to the podcast and the time that I have. But yeah, definitely, I suppose within the past 5 years, that was definitely one of the best moments.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine the feeling of like overnight 1 million views. That's just crazy. That's 1 million people just hearing your voice as well and watching basically your video. It's crazy.
to be honest, my voice at the time was absolutely ridiculous. I had a blocked nose and I sounded absolutely stupid, right? So people found that really annoying because it did get a lot of negative feedback, which was sort of expected in a way. It wasn't professional at all, but I found that really hilarious at the same time. So I mean, I suppose it's cool.
It's just one of those things you look back on and you say that was like the best thing I've ever done, and it's just something you laugh about as well. But at the time, at the time you were doing it, you were dead serious. I mean. Like,
yeah, that's the funny part. Exactly.
The first ever commentary, right, that I done, for instance, I was dead serious. I mean, I thought it went really good, alright? And it's funny because the gameplay was literally 15 minutes long and I spoke for a minute and a half. And there was no editing, so I didn't cut out the rest of like the gameplay. So imagine me just talking for a minute long and then just 15 minutes of like gameplay, just nothing over it. And I don't even know what I said in the video. Like, I gave a load of people shout outs and that was literally it. That was my first ever commentary and my voice was really high pitched.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about starting YouTube back then. It was so difficult in a sense of making videos. It's like such a new sort of thing to get into at the time. Nowadays, you see thousands of people trying to get onto YouTube, and it's sort of the same thing. And it's really difficult to get into the right sort of people making the correct content.
Yeah. The way I see YouTube is just do what you enjoy doing. I mean, even if it's a game that maybe you just like, or you and a few friends, but no one else will like it. To be honest, YouTube is all about doing what you enjoy most. So if that makes you happy, I think just go for it. And what people tend to look for in a YouTuber nowadays, I mean, before they subscribe or carry on viewing more videos, is, are you being yourself? Like, you don't want to try and be someone you're not, if I'm making sense. So let's just say like, you try and act like a tough guy in a video basically, but in reality you're not, if that makes sense. So you're kind of just being someone you're not. That's just not the way to go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've seen a couple people on YouTube who's around 2 million subscribers now, who tend to over exaggerate the persona a bit, but you can just tell that right off the bat. But then again, in real life, if you meet that person, you wouldn't expect it. So that's the difference. That's the sort of thing that a lot of people seem to get pissed off with. Like, some people I've met like on Skype who had me that have never met me in real life, and they'll just tell me, I met this YouTuber, but it's nothing like his YouTube channel. So that's kind of disappointing, you know. It's weird in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, you see that a lot before someone actually gives a face reveal. The way they talk as well. It's not just generally the way they act, but their voice compared to their appearance. I mean, if that makes sense. It's like one time you can get like a really deep voice, and obviously you've never seen this person's face before, so you think, you automatically think just naturally, he's a big guy in real life, right? And then in reality, you just...
I know what you're saying. That's the thing.
You think to yourself, what has just happened?
Back in the days when I was making Modern Warfare 2 videos, I was pretending a bit too. I was over exaggerating in my videos and not necessarily, you know, just being myself. And that's one of the downsides that really hit my channel hard. In a way, you know, I tried to be too exciting, too over, confident, over happy, and it turned out to be that people found me cocky, right? And in reality, I'm not cocky. That's the thing. That my personality is not like that in real life, you know. So I wanted to, you know, after basically I quit for 2 years on YouTube, right? My channel has been active, or it's been open ever since November 2009, and till now. But so when I turned, I started YouTube when I was 14. When I turned 16, I quit for 2 years. I sort of got bored of it, you know. I just didn't necessarily like it at the time. It's kind of a weird thing to say, right? I didn't enjoy it. I felt like I was being forced to post because I had school at the time. But now, and now I'm 18 and I come back last year from Black Ops 2. When Black Ops 2 got released, my channel was 105,000 subscribers. It was going on a decline. So I lost about 3,000 subscribers roughly around every month. So that's pretty bad, you know. It's kind of depressing after coming back and to question myself, what on earth am I going to do? And if you're in that sort of position where you're sort of watching this right now, you want to do YouTube, and if you have stopped, or if you wanted to plan to start, don't give up. Don't look at the numbers, don't look at the figures. It's just be yourself, you know, make content that's original that people would want to see. It's original content. Don't make it boring, because you know there's a lot of there's a lot of people out there. So you want to make the original content that, you know, a little bit of effort. You know, even if it's 2-minute video, a lot of effort if it goes into that 2 minutes. You come back. I made about, you know, since coming back from Black Ops 2 till now, I made about 50,000 subscribers. So I thought, now, you know, I'm making about 400 subscribers a day now. So I think I've done pretty well from coming back, and it's going up every day. So, It's really, really awesome. You know, if you don't focus on your stats and you just focus on your content rather than the stats, then you'll be doing fine.
Yeah, numbers are nothing in my opinion. I mean, I kind of dislike the people who always look at the number first and then they carry on watching that person, because I mean, you can have amazing content, right? But let's just say you have 10 subscribers. Now this person, let's just say, has 500k. He has exactly the same content as you, but people are more likely to I don't know how people's minds work, but they tend to subscribe to the other person with the more subscribers, I guess, if I'm making sense. I mean, so really, in all realism, numbers don't really matter, to be honest. I don't know, it's just my opinion, because you get loyal viewers who like you for your content, not your number, basically.
Consistency is the key here. Like, consistency is the most important. If you're that guy with, like, say you're 1 subscriber, if you're that guy 1 subscriber posting 3 to 2 videos a day, you're doing so well. And if you're that same guy, for let's say in 2 years time hit 1 million subscribers, let's just say, and you're still posting 3 videos a day, you're doing perfect. Yeah. However, this is how in my eyes I see currently what YouTube is like, which is kind of annoying, is that when people reach a certain amount of subscribers, they become lazy. All right. And I've done this personally. I have to admit, I've done this personally, and it's really, really annoying that people do end up getting lazy. And it's kind of understandable at the same time. You know, you sort of have to. It's kind of, you know, annoying for people out there that watch. Yeah. So there's some people out there that have 1 million subscribers now, like 6 million, 5 million, whatever, right? And the content that you see they post is not as good as they used to, if that makes sense. It's like there's less effort gone into it, even though they seem to be consistent. But it's like they're not putting the time and effort in for the majority of viewers to see, so they're kind of getting lazy in that sense, because when the money starts to come in, that's when people just sit back, relax, which is, you know, I suppose fair enough. You got to that stage, you know, from putting all that effort in, but if you keep that consistency up with the quality content and the uploads, the main thing is, all right, fair enough, if the quality of the content is not great, if you're being consistent, you know, that's the one important thing. What I'm trying to say is there's some people, millions of subscribers, not millions, I don't exaggerate, millions of subscribers, thousands of subscribers who don't keep their consistency. So, you know, they might have, as I said, 3 days a video since they started. Now 1 day a week, you know, 1 video a week, sorry. So, you know, that can happen. I've seen many people who went downhill, you know, and went inactive, and it's frustrating for people that subscribe from the start to see that. That's the one thing I learned from leaving. Coming back. Yeah, I'm actually talking from experience as well as you are as well, because right now, like, college is just, it's poured a ton of bricks down on me. It's really hard to make videos now, but I mean, now, like, I'm starting this podcast off, I really want to, like, pay back my viewers, if that makes sense, because at the same time, I'm doing what I enjoy the most, and of course people watch because they enjoy what I do as well at the same time. And really, you just got to look at it this way as well. If you're just starting YouTube, so here's a little tip. Everyone starts from 0. No one starts from 1 million or 1,000 or 100k or whatever. Like PewDiePie, for instance, he started from 0, Syndicate. And to be honest, you just got to keep doing what you enjoy, because that is the key to YouTube. I mean, you just be yourself. Do what you like doing. I can't really say anything else. I mean, Shaggy, do you have anything else to say? Yeah, exactly. As I said, be yourself. Don't exaggerate too much in your content. You know, you produce what you can produce yourself. Don't push your limits to make yourself get frustrated, because that's another downside to your content, is that if you overthink your content, and if you put in, you know, let's say you say you try to do something in the video that you have no experience in doing, like sort of editing wise or Photoshop, whatever, that could definitely hurt the time that you put in, and you would tend to waste a lot of time. It's important that you manage your time and prioritize what you're doing in real life as well as YouTube, because YouTube, you know, it can take up a lot of your time during the day, and it can affect your social life as well, which is another thing that is one hell of an annoying thing, which you sort of need to prioritize over as well. But yeah, priority is definitely the key to YouTube as well as everything else.
Yeah, exactly. I have no idea how we just got onto that subject, giving a load of tips, but yeah, this is one reason why this podcast is going good. Right, so moving on back to the questions. Now, second question comes from MPD Llama, and the question does say, have you ever done crack cocaine?
Oh, shit. Okay, so... no, obviously no. I've not really done crack cocaine, but I can tell you for a fact that I am a sort of that type of personality where I do go a bit crazy in real life when I'm really, really energetic. But that's a completely different thing, you know. But I make a lot of jokes about it and shit, you know, call people crackheads and stuff. I know a few guys that do that, but I don't want to be associated with them. But then again, I do quite a lot of cheese every now and then. Frequently, you know, the zoots, you know. But you know, that's fun. Even though I lose a bit of brain cells every now and then, but that just keeps me chill. I only do it on the occasions when I'm out with my friends, family friends, whatever, just like chill out. When I go on a night out, just have a couple zoots and hit a bit of that, bit of vodka, you know what I'm saying, and just chill out, you know. But yeah, get high. Basically,
Alright, that is good. That is good. You've never done crack cocaine. Quite surprised.
Not at all.
Alright, next question. That's coming from Ginger Bear Games, and the question does say, how many games have you completed in one sitting? Now, if you don't understand that question, basically just how many games have you completed where you've just constantly stayed and played that game, like you haven't moved from your seat?
That's a really interesting question. But yeah, I can tell you for a fact, since GTA came out on the same night, I started to live stream, and I literally, well, I suppose if toilet breaks count, because that would be weird if you just sit there the whole time. But you know, including toilet breaks, I literally sat there throughout the live stream for 20.
Oh, wow.
I believe 28 hours straight.
Wow.
And I completed GTA campaign from first mission to the very last. So that was really awesome. I think I had about 100 consistent views on that Twitch throughout the whole time. And there's some people that slept and came back because like, holy shit, what the are you still there the whole time? Like, that's fucking insane, mate.
I came across this guy once on Twitch, right, and he was doing a 24-hour live stream, and no, I don't think it wasn't 24 hours, it was like a 2-day live stream constantly, right? Now, no, here's the funny part. He put cameras all around his house, right? And he took a nap in between, so he's still live streaming at the same time, and he's having a nap, and you're actually watching him on camera, like he would just go for like 5 hours. It was just so bad. I mean, this guy was clearly just doing it to make money, but really cameras all around the house 2 days straight, and you just...
That's pretty funny. That's good effort as well. I suppose in a way, just like showing his entire life and how it works. Like, not many people would do that. Like, filming yourself sleep. I don't know what you're doing to sleep, but yeah, you know, that's kind of risky though. Still.
No, apparently what I do, according to my parents, right, I talk about my day, literally, like whatever I've done during the day.
Nah, that's the thing. If people see you do it and they legit tell you, then you do it. Trust me. I've seen people I've slept with. It's scary, man. When like say I had someone sleeping behind me, all of a sudden he gets up like freaking a zombie, right? He's just like, he starts saying something. I'm like, what the? Are you talking to me, bro? He's not even looking at you. I mean, he's looking at you, but he, like, when you, it's weird. Like, they don't respond because they're talking to someone. They think it's someone else. It's weird. Like, they just go back to sleep. And the funniest thing, let me do the funniest thing. This guy that was sleeping thought he had his glasses on. His glasses was, like, taken off before he went to sleep, right? That's what everyone does. You take off your glasses before you sleep, right? But this guy's sleeping without his glasses on. He gets up, and the funniest thing, he stands up from his sleep. Like, he starts sleepwalking, and the funniest thing, he still thinks he's got his glasses on, so he's trying to take it off, but it's not there on his face, all right? And then he just goes back to sleep, and he just shakes his head like, what the hell is going on? And it's just like, that's the fun. Honestly, I wanted to record it, it was too late. But
you must have got scared. I personally would have shit myself.
Trust me, it's happened so many times, man. You just shit yourself.
Oh my
like,
God.
what the fuck?
No, apparently what I do, according to my parents, right, I talk about my day, literally, like whatever I've done during the day, I talk about. So that's the downfall for me. It's really bad because imagine you've done something really bad and you've just gone and given your whole life story whilst you're sleeping.
What, you do this like when you're awake or when you're asleep?
No, when I'm asleep, I talk about things I've done during the day.
That's effed up, bro. What the hell?
It's terrible. I still honestly don't believe I did it until my parents actually recorded me talking.
Or your parents actually recorded you?
Yeah, my dad. No, because my dad was saying to me, you actually talk about your day when you're asleep.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't believe it. I mean, I still up to now, I can't accept that I do this, but my dad actually recorded me and I was just literally having a conversation with, I don't know who, but I was talking about what I've done during the day. And that was just terrible. That was bad.
That's weird, man. When I sleep, I'm just KO'd, so it's all good. just sit there, my face first into pillow.
I can't stand people who snore.
I don't snore. I know. I've got a few people
It's
that.
the worst thing ever when you're next to someone you're trying to
Yeah.
sleep and they're snoring. You just want to get up and just kick them so hard.
Because their mouth is wide open and their
Oh
jaws
my
down to
God.
their chest. They're like, oh my God. Just want to put dust in there and let them just swallow that.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. Alright, next question does come from a guy called Odd Premier, I think that's how you pronounce his name. And the question does say, do you ever feel like a plastic bag?
Plastic bag, so there can be many alternative, I suppose, ways to answer this. I don't know how you. Plastic bag, okay. So there's plastic bag.
Picked up and thrown
So
away.
if
There's one.
picked up
There's
and
one.
thrown okay, picked up and thrown away. It depends on the situation, really. If I ever felt that way, but picked up and thrown away, that's weird. I guess okay, you could put it in this way. I suppose when I was pulled out of my mum when I was born,
Oh my God.
I was thrown away into a pile of shit, and I turned into this dark skinned guy, a baby, I suppose, a dark skinned baby. I was a white baby with black bow sacks, but then I got thrown into a pile of shit, I suppose. Yeah, picked up and thrown away in a plastic. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, plastic bag. Definitely, give me that one. That's definitely it.
Alright, the next question has come from a guy named Strikey and Super, and the question does say, if you could be a piece of candy, what kind of candy would you be?
Sour bowl, literally, because because literally, right, you throw it in your mouth and you just like keep like, I don't want to, okay, keep, in your mouth, keep rolling about, and it's just that flavor. It's so good, and I just love sour candy. That's all I gotta say. I just love it.
Alright, so those are some of the questions. So now we're just going to have a little discussion about how you actually started YouTube. I mean, what actually kind of brought you to the fact that you're going to make a YouTube account before you actually started to make videos, actually?
Alright, so in all honesty, so I didn't know anything about YouTube. I didn't know people actually started making videos for gaming. I loved gaming before I ever knew about YouTube. Obviously, I was hardcore gaming as a kid, right? Since I was 10, playing RuneScape first, and then moving on slowly. I was really like super addicted to RuneScape, like really serious about it, like even in school libraries and stuff. So anyway, we're doing that, and one of my mates in my high school, who was a pretty good nerd, I suppose, who banged out games just like me, and he saw a few videos of Only Needs to Be Played and these guys and whatnot, and he taught, and yeah, he
They're doing a podcast now as well, ain't they?
He referred. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? I said,
Oh.
Only Use Me Blade and Keemstar, they started up a podcasty thing as well.
Oh yeah. Sorry. What the hell? I just dozed off there, like. But yeah, basically, my friend told me about these guys on YouTube, so I checked them out, and I was looking at the gameplay content, and I sort of like to, when I say people play, I sort of judge them really. So I'm sort of a judgmental person, so I judge them and say, okay, so are you better than me? That's the only question that gets into my head. Like, if I saw these guys' gameplays, I was like, no way, I can get much better gameplays than this. I'm like, why the hell are people watching this? All right, so that's the only reason why I started on YouTube. So literally,
you saved that type of community. In other words.
So basically, yeah, like people, I felt that people that are watching these videos for gameplay purposes, because at the time everything was to do with gameplays rather than personality, which is now, right, personality. So at the time I was like, oh crap, okay, I'm gonna hop on, I'll get my HD PVR. I had to beg my mum for a HD PVR. Like, she's like, what the hell is this for? £140 at the time. So I bought that, and I had to set up all this component kit. It was really frustrating. At the time, before I got my HD PVR, I was recording with something called Easy Cap, with like a bunch of wires going over the screen. It's shitty quality, which I thought was absolutely annoying. Desperate
I
times.
actually still own one of those.
That's insane, man. And then after that, I had to get a PVR. I thought PVR. Now I was like, at the time I was like Elgato, and now you got all of this Elgato. But anyway, so I started recording gameplays. Managed to start to get 60 plus gameplays and stuff. So I decided to make a show called a 60 plus show, basically, for every gun in Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, in Ground War 9v9. And eventually, as I started to play more and more, I started to post more gameplays consistently. And as I said, consistently is what got me my subs. And I got about 25,000 subscribers within the first 3 months of Modern Warfare 2 release. And 25,000 subscribers for just gameplays was pretty awesome. And then after that, slowly started to get into commentaries, but commentary is absolutely shit. I don't know what I was talking about. I was mumbling, my words coming out wrong. I couldn't even string a sentence properly.
Do you still have your first commentary up on your channel?
Oh no. That's the thing. I was like an idiot back then. I just deleted stuff that made me cringe when I look back at it. So that was pretty stupid of me. I probably should have kept it, because now that I look back at old videos, I actually find it legit hilarious. So
Yeah.
because of how stupid I sound at such a young age. But that's the cool thing about YouTube when you look back. But anyway, so 25,000 subscribers, I was offered a machinima contract, which was like at the time. So from 0 subscribers to 25,000 subscribers, there was no such thing as partnership, no such thing as getting money for YouTube for gaming videos. Because here's the thing, I never got into YouTube to earn money at the time. You know, I got into YouTube because it was fun. It was something that I wanted to post for people to see proper good content. You know, that's the only reason why. Because I was accused after faking nuke for being a money whore and stuff like that, and that's completely not true. But before I go into that, so you know, 25,000 subscribers from not getting any money, just from gameplays. I got offered a machinima contract, which I was one of the first people to get offered this contract with them to be part of directed with them, because at the time it was just Hutch, C-Nanners, and a few other guys like Tabes and stuff, right?
So, wait, what year was this when you like started to do all this?
2010, around that.
Wow.
So that's when I got offered a contract for machinima, right? So I got on with them, and on the same day, like literally, I got referred to being a partner, the director with machinima, by Fisticuffs. You know who that is, right?
I think I've heard of him before.
Yeah, he's an American
Not too
YouTuber.
sure.
But yeah, so me and him were cool. He sort of mentored me, he directed me through what to do and stuff. I had no clue about this, you know. I had no clue about this partnership process. Okay, so I was pretty stupid. I was a dumb kid. Okay, so when I got partnered with these guys, signed a contract, whatever. You know, we were allowed to post on the actual Respawn channel, Machinima Respawn.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, make an introduction video. I was like, okay, cool, introduction video. Sweet, 25k subscribers. I introduced myself to a bigger audience. This is the greatest thing, greatest opportunity anyone can ever have for the channel, right?
Yeah.
So next thing you know, I was thinking really hard on what to do, and I couldn't really think of an idea. So someone recommended, you know, why don't you just go out and try and get the world's fastest nuke? I was like, yeah, sure, yeah, why not? Yeah, let's give that a go. But I was really, really frustrated because every lobby I got into, it was just difficult. You know, I wasn't getting the right people. The lobby was too difficult. Blah blah blah. People weren't doing what I wanted them to do. So at the end of the day, I gave up, and I said to myself, you know what? I'm just gonna get my 6 of my mates, get to party up. So they went to the other team. I joined this session. I ended up in the other team with random players. Literally, I never knew. So we ended up in Terminal, but we tried to do it on other maps, but it didn't work out. It took long. So Terminal was sort of a map where I thought, okay, cool. There's a B flag that is equal distance between the C to B and A to B. So what I did from C, wherever I spawned, where you know the scanners were, I ran straight through the library, and I told these guys to go straight to B and just try and cap it first. And it was so dumb, and it turned out to be a 30-second nuke. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I watched it over again. It looked a bit dodgy because you know
it did.
it looked very dodgy. And I was questioning myself, like, should I post this or not? But what were you saying?
I actually remember seeing that nuke. I mean, this was like a year ago now, and I'm not gonna lie, I fell for it. I legitimately fell for it the first time I saw it.
Quite a few people did, man.
I know it might sound really stupid, but the way you were talking it through, right?
It's insane.
You inspired me to try to do it.
Oh my god, that's what someone else said the other day.
It never happened.
That's so weird. I wasn't expecting people to do that, but you know, as I said, like, it's just stupid. That I was just trying to do it to introduce myself, but it turned out to be the wrong perspective for a lot of other people, and then they thought that I was doing this to get money, to sub, blah blah blah.
I found it funny. I mean, watching it now, I laugh at it because it's the way you talk.
People find it funny, which is it's awesome. Yeah, I know. I thought I planned it out before I recorded the commentary what to say, and it's funniest thing. My brother was in the background trying to help to remind me to repeat legit, to tell people that it's legit, even though it wasn't. But yeah, you know, that shit. So basically, after that, I lost about 3,000 subscribers after I got exposed. I gained about 5,000 subscribers overnight.
That's good then, I guess.
But then I did lose 3,000 after I got exposed for being fake and stuff. And other YouTubers clogged onto it.
Yeah.
They started exposing blah blah blah. So I got a lot of hate. And throughout the time, from the first 2 years after that sort of incident, it was basically my subscribers versus the haters throughout all my videos. Like I would just send my subscribers to go and hit the like button, and then all the haters would come up to that video and dislike it, and it sort of just like goes up and down so someone wins, and sometimes we win, sometimes the haters win. So I thought it was a pretty fun thing at the time. You know, people just
your ratings bar basically became the lightsaber.
Exactly, precisely. Yeah, it's insane. It was like with zombies climbing on top of a one wall on one side, and you got all these other people just climbing on the other side, sort of thing. You got this huge fat wall in the middle, just like trying to break it through or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way it worked.
Did you actually ever get this on a video where people tried to keep the likes equals with the dislikes, and you'd get comments saying, I really liked the video, but I had to dislike it in order to keep it equal?
Oh yeah, exactly. I've seen a couple. I've seen a few. Like, it was very rare that the dislikes and likes were equal. But sometimes it was so close that the likes would just scrape the dislikes, and sometimes vice versa, the dislikes will scrape the likes. So I thought, you know, even though it's kind of annoying for some people, I find it pretty cool, just that people supporting me and people hating me. I don't know, it's a weird thing to say. Like, so some people that I know will just completely hate getting hate, sort of, in a way. It's a weird thing. Like, I find that some people take it way too seriously. Like, when they receive hate in life, they take it way too seriously and take it down upon themselves and get depressed and stressed over it. I'm like, well, what's the point, dude? It doesn't matter what they think. You know, at the end of the day, you're doing your thing. You've done it for a laugh. So, I mean, people actually saw you were doing it for a joke, and some people liked it. But then, like you said, you get those people who just really take it to heart. I mean, it's just a video. Yeah, really take it to heart. Deep down, I got a couple of death threats in real life, and I was like, whoa, okay, cool, all right, okay, yeah, I'll chill here. You do your thing, and I was like, all right, cool. But yeah, so ever since then, I got 100,000, a total of 100,000 subscribers. Even though all of that happened throughout the whole time, and ever since 100,000, that's what I said. I got to about 120,000, but then YouTube, you know, they went through this phase where they decided to remove a lot of inactive subscribers. So I dropped down to 105,000, and then since then I just ran out of video ideas and video content, so I wanted to take a break. I just move on, do something else with my life, and I came back on Black Ops 2, as I said, and I've gained ever since then. Now I've got 152,000 subscribers, and going up 400 a day on average. So I think that's pretty cool.
That is going good. That is going good. So you've actually taken on YouTube to be a full-time job now, more or less.
Oh yeah, at the moment it's definitely sustainable. I wouldn't say it's up there yet, but this is the plan. I've really enjoyed doing it. I'm pretty much posting every day about 2 to 3 videos a day on average. So I think, you know, I'm doing it right. I'm satisfied with my views. It seems from the likes to dislike ratio, everyone seems to be enjoying the content, which is the target and plan. So as long as I keep that consistency throughout, no matter where I get to what stage, that's basically it, you know.
Yeah. I mean, so overall, how are you finding the YouTube life? That is the main question.
Okay, so first of all, here's the thing: you gotta make a lot of sacrifices, as I said, to priority. So social life kind of sucks, right? But that's something that I got to deal with, because YouTube, as I said, YouTube is another way. In a way, it's a weird way to socialize, but you meet people in the internet world that normal people wouldn't do in real world, because they meet people in real life instead. But you meet people on Skype for YouTube comments, communicating, you know, as a community. So I find that YouTube is an alternate way of socializing, but it's a weird way, I suppose. I mean, but you eventually do end up getting to meet these people on Skype someday. Where you do end up meeting up. So that's pretty cool. You know, I've done that many times already. Throughout the time.
You're doing it right now, more or less.
Exactly.
No, but I mean, that is the good thing of YouTube. You meet new people and you just carry on doing what you like. It's just a really awesome experience. I mean, I don't think there is a better job than this.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's kind of a weird thing to say as a job, but it's the way it's built around the way the model is. I mean, for YouTube, I think it works really well. Just like anything else, like TV and stuff. It basically is like a TV on the computer. For people
exactly.
To see.
I mean, have you actually ever been asked the question of what do you work as, and have you actually gave the question, I do YouTube?
Oh yeah, straight up. Like the other day, literally, I went to the doctors and the doctor asked me, like, "What do you do now?" Like, I said, "Yeah, I'm doing YouTube now." And I was like, "What? What's YouTube?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Is that the video website that takes time to load?" I'm like, "Sorry, that's just the internet." Yeah, that's just the internet. Sorry, that's not the website. Yeah. But I just said upgrade the internet. It's pretty funny that how much information they lack in the social media world.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what happened to me today. I was with my media teacher, and we was on YouTube, and she just got into the conversation of talking about it, and she just realised that people actually make a living out of this, and she was relatively shocked. Like, she had no clue this was going on, and I mean, to us, it's like, how on earth did you not know that?
Exactly.
I mean, to them, it's just like a brand new thing.
Because here's the thing, right? The older generation stick to the generic thing of
exactly.
Step-by-step process of following the orders given, right, on the sheet of paper, and people deal with that, and they're too afraid to change things up and to risk things, and doing what they like doing best.
Yeah.
And people don't open their doors, because that's the thing, like, you're given certain subjects in school and college to choose from, and you're limited to those options, but there's no reason to, you know, change it up, and you could do it yourself, really.
Exactly.
Like, that's the sort of thing, that sort of position that I took, and the route that I took, which many people are too afraid to do because of maybe self-confidence, or probably not think of it as long term. But then again, long term is always the best for doing school, college stuff. That's always the best for long term, because YouTube is still a risk where it's up to you. It's all down to you to create the content for people that expect to see content from you. So if you don't do that, then you're screwed pretty much. So that is the downside. That is in a way a downside, but
I know
still,
what you mean.
you can't really think of a negative way, because if you enjoy doing YouTube, then that shouldn't be a problem. So
as long as you're enjoying like having it as a full-time job, that's all that really counts. Alright, so moving on now, I'm going to ask you a question, alright? However bad it sounds, just be completely honest. Right, the question is, what was the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you?
Embarrassing? This is...
Or the most awkwardest situation you've been in.
Awkward. I'm not really an awkward guy. That's the thing. I'm pretty open with everyone in
I mean,
public.
we've all had awkward...
Oh yeah, we have. Okay, I suppose. Okay, awkward. I'm trying to think one on top of my head. This is really difficult, man. I've quite a couple actually. I suppose awkward. Like, what kind of awkward do you want? Do you want one where it's sort of personal, sort of like?
No, just
general, like.
Just whatever
okay.
you think.
Okay. So Okay, awkward thing, I suppose. Okay, for dancing. Okay, dancing. So I was in a house.
Yeah.
This was a family house, and you know, it's like few of us dancing. Okay, and all of a sudden everyone stopped dancing. I was the only one still dancing. I didn't realize, alright. And everyone just staring at me, like literally. And everyone started to cheer and like start to give me a round of applause. And these are adults, like family adults, like relatives. And I was being an absolute mug. But that's not really embarrassing in a way, but it kind of was afterwards. When you look back at it, you think to yourself how much of a dickhead I look like. But that's not it. The worst thing that I think that I found was really, really embarrassing was when I was playing football with my mates in the park, right? Fortunately, luckily enough for me, that my house was like 5 minutes away, just a 5-minute walk. So it was one straight long road. In the park we were playing football, and literally I shot the ball so hard that just like shit flew out from my trousers, alright, like diarrhea, literally, right. And because I was wearing 3/4, right, and I was with my mates and my cousins, right. I was wearing 3/4. You can see a gap between my socks and my feet and my skin, right. So, or my legs, near my calves section, right. So that, right, you can see a little bit of diarrhea just dripping down, right. So I was like, oh crap. No. So I was like, all right guys, I gotta go quickly. And it's so awkward because I had to like limp and not walk straight. I was walking, like I was limping all the way to my house. Fortunately, my house door was open because this is during summer, and we usually leave our house door open. So I literally ran upstairs to my house. Toilet, I just like, I was fucked up. That's the most embarrassing, disgusting bit, I suppose. Yeah, but yeah.
How old was you when this happened?
14,
oh,
14, 13, around that. So.
Oh my god.
No, sorry, I was 13, 12. Yeah, 13, 12, around that.
You were lucky. Your house was 5 minutes away. Imagine if you had to get a bus.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Just getting on the bus and then you actually get up and a little bit just drops out. Oh, it's just disgusting.
Well, washed.
I've never heard anything like that. It's amazing. Oh my god, I've actually got.
That's true story.
I've got a lot of embarrassing moments. I mean, I think I've given this pear story before on this channel. But when I was a little kid, I've literally given this story to everyone. Like, if someone's actually watching this that knows me in real life, they're probably gonna get annoyed for me saying this since I say it every time. But when I was a little kid in primary school, I think it was year 4 or 5. My mum would give me a piece of fruit every single day, and I'm not the type of healthy person. Well, back then I wasn't. I mean, when I got fruit, I counted it as a punishment. I mean, I didn't really see it as anything else. So the days went by, I'd get a new piece of fruit every day. Now, there was one piece of fruit that I hated, and I actually hate it still up to today, and that fruit is a pear, right? Now, in my primary school, we used to have like these little trays underneath our desk, I guess they were, and obviously we just keep books that we're reading in there, our writing books. You know when you'd like train to write in order to get your pen license? Yeah, we'd have those. So that was just like our little storage, basically. So it came to that day where I got the pear, and there was no way I was going to eat this pear. I knew I was not going to eat the pear. Now, this was in summer as well. So what I decided to do is put the pear in the tray, and I said to myself, when break comes, I'll go and throw it in the bin. So break came, and we have this AstroTurf in my primary school we did, and our class were only allowed it once a week, and it was either for the first break or at lunchtime. And in my case, it was for the first break. So of course I just completely forgot about the pear, just went. And then it came to lunch, once again I forgot about it because I was too busy in other stuff. And so the days went by, and the pear started to rot. Now when I say the pear started to rot, I mean it started to stink, right? And at the time we were reading Harry Potter Goblet of Fire, I think it was a terrible book. I hate Harry Potter, just my opinion. And then anyway, either way, so the pear was rotting, and I was afraid to get the pear out because it stunk, right? And I didn't want to walk out with a rotten pear in my hand because obviously I'm going to be questioned. Now, at the time, I wasn't smart, I wasn't wise or anything like that, so I put it back in the tray, right? Now, this time, weeks went past. When I say weeks, I'm talking about a good 2-3 weeks, and this pear, it melted. It literally, it was nothing. The pear, it became water, kind of, right? And because it was so hot as well, it was summer and everything. And then what happened was, I can't explain it. Flies started to come into the class, these tiny little flies. And no one really asked the question of, sir, why are these flies coming in the class? Obviously, I knew why the flies were coming in the class because
that guilt was kicking in. You started to sweat.
It was my pear, my pear.
Yep.
I did start to sweat. I got nervous every time the teacher was like, "We're reading Harry Potter." I was like, "Hell no, am I opening that tray?"
Yeah.
Obviously, I had to open the tray, and it was just disgusting. It was absolutely vile. So these flies were coming in. Like I said, no one else knew why these flies were coming apart from me. So at first, it wasn't a lot of flies. So let me just cut straight to the point now. One day, a load of flies were in the class. This was after lunch. The sun was out. Everything. It was crazy. So one person in the class actually asked the question of, "Sir, why are there loads of flies in the class?" So what the teacher said was, if your tray is not underneath your desk, step outside, right? And of course, in my case, my tray wasn't actually underneath my desk. So what I had to do was step outside, and I obviously knew the reason, and people were looking to think, what on earth is going on? So I stepped outside, and there was my tray with the rotten pear. And my teacher came over to me. Obviously, I got in trouble. I was questioned why I kept the pear inside of the tray for so long. So what I was told to do is actually pick up the pear and walk past a load of classrooms in order to go and put it in the bin. Now, I wasn't exactly one of those popular people, like when it came down to football. And like I said, we only had this AstroTurf one day a week, alright? And what I thought to myself is, if people know I'm the kid with the rotten pear, no one's going to pick me because I was realistically never the first person to get picked on the football team. So, because I was just basically terrible. So, in order to avoid the classes, I ran as fast as I can, right? So fast past the classroom that no one would see me. And I ran right into the playground and had to throw the pear away. And I had to face all this when I came back to the class because people were asking me and they were laughing at me. And I felt hurt. I mean, it was just so awkward. And from that day on, I was known as the Rotten Pear Kid. I mean, up to today,
Rotten Pear Kid.
I'm a kid, they don't even add my name at the end. I was just known as the Rotten Pear Kid. And I mean, now when I see my old schoolmates, they always bring up that story. Do you remember the rotten pear? And now it's embarrassing up to today. I have no idea why I did that. It was just...
it's weird, like, when you think about it, because you had so many opportunities to actually get rid of that.
No, I didn't. Bro, the bag was like water. The pear was like...
No, I meant before it
before I did, but obviously it started to stink first, so I didn't want to walk out with it smelling. And
it's weird because like that's the fruit that you hated the most. So it's weird. Like you probably should have given it a chance. Like
yeah.
And then that's a pretty good story.
I made up this.
Even though it's kind of weird, but it's a really good story to like sort of like tell a kid that when you grow up, if you hated fruit, son, please eat it still because
put it in your desk. Just put it in your desk and take my experience.
Don't put it away in the desk, son, because you might end up being the next kid that may be called the rotten fucking apple.
The rotten pear kid's son.
Yeah, exactly. So if I give you a damn pear, you better eat that.
No, it was just terrible. It was just unreal. And I had this plan in my head because it was close to 6 weeks holiday and I was intending to leave it. I wasn't intending to take that pear out at all. So my plan was for the 6 weeks to come and I'm just going to run out that class and never come back. And hopefully the cleaner would have took it out. But the funniest thing is it was actually like 4 or 3 days before we actually broke up. So
that's good. That's good. You can just like don't have to live
it
with
was. But I mean, people never forgot it because we had to return back to that class.
Oh, right.
But can you imagine being in a class, a load of tiny little flies coming in? And the funniest thing is, of course, they were just around my desk. So it was like, you know those cartoons where you get a smelly kid, right?
You get that one little kid in the corner. The reason why you probably think that other people must have been thinking like, oh, does this guy shower or what? Like, you know, what the hell, man?
I've never stunk like that.
Exactly. That's what they would have thought from their issue, like from their perspective. That's weird. Like, but yeah, like if I was sitting there, if I saw flies around the guy, that's first thought in my head would be, yeah, that guy doesn't shower. You know, that's just the first thought. I would never think of a pear stuck in a freaking, tray for all these years.
Now it's a good story to tell because obviously we can laugh about it. But at the time, every time a pear was mentioned, I was like, hell no, got nothing to do with it. It was just so awkward. But yeah, that was my awkwardest moment. I mean, I've been in a lot more. But,
yeah, same here. I just can't think of the top of my head at the moment.
I do remember one where I was at Top Golf and my girlfriend took my phone, right? And she ran to the girls' toilets. No idea why. Because I have like pictures of my family and I'm like one of those kids like, no one's looking at the pictures, right? I get embarrassed. But at the same time, I have no idea why I still have the pictures on there in the first place. But either way, she took the phone in the bathroom. And I stood outside, right? And there was this woman and she was like one of those arrogant women. You know those people who just don't smile. Like, hopefully you know what, you have like a rough idea of what I'm talking about.
Wait, so if you take a picture of someone...
No. I had family pictures on my phone, right? But embarrassing ones, like when I was a little kid and stuff. But I just kept it on my phone for mum's sake, right? And then, she went through them and I was like, no, you're not taking my phone. So she ran into the toilets and I was staying outside shouting her name, saying pass my phone back. And there was just this woman. And she was giving me the most dirtiest look ever, as if I'm a rapist, basically, right?
Right.
And she had a little kid, and she went and reported me to the head of, like,
that's
security.
That's fucked up.
So Top Golf, like, manager came down, my head of security, pulled me up, and said, we've had a report about you for standing outside the girls' toilets. Now, just imagine hearing that, right? And I was in the queue.
So weird.
I was in the queue at this moment in time, and the queue was really long. I mean, Top Golf queues, just like the worst thing ever. So, people are nosy. They turn around and they listen in the conversation. And I was basically made out to be a paedophile. That is basically...
Oh, wow.
And I didn't know how to explain myself, which made it even worse because it looked like I was lying. And...
yeah, so weird. But you should have just said that you're waiting for your girlfriend.
Yeah, I know I didn't do anything else to intend on being paedophilic, right? I was shouting her name, like it's not like I'm waiting outside for every little kid to walk out. No.
I swear people's point of views are getting worse and worse every year, man.
Like, I've never been back to that Top Golf place ever. It's just, nah. It's always gonna be that memory, but yeah. And so I mean.
That's crazy, man. You've gone for way
more
than that.
I've been through a lot of things. I can't remember. I mean, shitting yourself really nothing can get.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, I'm Sri Lankan, right? And like, we curry literally every day, brother. So like, we kind of have to deal with that kind of shit if it happens. Really, if you get one bad stomach, brother, oh god,
I can't.
Yeah, it will just
the
come
way
running
you said
out.
You kicked the ball so hard that you shit yourself. Oh my god. Well, we could just throw that out there. Never kick a ball too hard. Just throw it out there.
It depends. If you never kick a ball too hard if you have a bad stomach. Put it that way.
That's disgusting, Shaggy. That is way beyond.
Yep. That was uncontrollable. I could not control it at all.
God. This is terrible. This is terrible. Alright guys, so we're going to end this podcast now because I think it has been more than half an hour. I'm probably wrong, but either way, we have had a long chat. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Shaggy, hopefully you enjoyed being on this podcast as well.
Great, good fun.
Yeah,
good discussions.
You are the first special guest, so it's a privilege, right?
Glad to be.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get more and it goes all well, brother.
Thanks, man. So yeah, if you ever want to come back on the podcast, would you be up for doing that?
Oh, sure, for sure, man. People want to see me. If they don't, then I'll be out of here, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Alright, so if you're over here from Shaggy's channel, thanks for checking this podcast out. Hopefully, like I said, you enjoyed this. If you're watching this and you are from my channel, thanks for stopping by. Like I said, hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to leave your thoughts down in the comment sections below if you have any tips, or of course if you have any more questions for the next special guest, which will hopefully be next week. Like I said, these podcasts will be uploaded every Friday at 8 PM UK time. I still have no idea what time that is in the US. Do you have any idea?
8 PM is around 2 PM there.
Alright, so basically
so they're about 6 hours.
8 PM UK time and 2 PM US time. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna point out. I can't do the time zone, just Google that shit. But seriously guys, hope you enjoyed. And yeah, Shaggy, do you want to say anything else?
Yeah, Shaggy, yes. Now get that piece, yeah!
What was that?
that's my fucking outro for my videos.
You gotta do that intro before you go. We gotta have this intro on here.
Alright. Hey guys, Shaggy here, right? Hey, unit.
Now, what the hell was that?
Now, let us know in the comments below if you guys to tell us what the hell you think I just said there.
Alright, do you want to repeat that one last time?
Hey guys, Shaggy here, right? Hey, unit. That's what I say to my intro, every intro of my videos. My subscribers know what I say, but the newcomers don't know what I say. Just guess.
I have no idea. You're gonna have to explain that to me after this podcast.
Bro, I say that in every single one of my introductions for my videos. Every single one.
Alright, so tell us down in the comments what the hell you think that was at the beginning, and if you have this podcast up in another tab, get your ass back in this tab now and click that like button. And if you're new to this channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button as hard as you can, guys. That'll be really appreciated. And share this video wherever you can. But until then, guys, hope you enjoyed. And until next video, adios, amigos.